So about a year ago, I made a video about my encounter with a scammer, and it's doing quite well at the moment. But the thing is about that original video is that isn't the entire story. Like, once the video was posted, some more stuff happened. And so now, only a year later, here's what happened. So a few days later after posting the original video, I get added to a group called Digital Currency. It was a WhatsApp group containing about 20 different people, some English phone numbers, some American phone numbers, and a lot of phone numbers from different parts of Asia. And who was the admin of this group? Our old friend Amy, of course. So her and a bunch of other scammers are putting on a kind of performance in order to promote, well, their scam. Saying stuff like, how much is the profit? I want to do it. Generally speaking, how much money can you make in a day with $10,000? Amy says you can simply see that it is actually very simple and convenient to manage. Before converting TRX to USDT, my wallet balance was a lot. After the conversion was successful, my USDT increased. I'm not too sure what any of that means, but it sounds like scammer talk. Who do I need to consult? So I'm reading all this and I think I need to somehow alert all the potential victims in this group about what's really going on here, whilst maybe also doing a tiny bit of self-promotion. So I post my video into the group, but they don't really seem to take notice initially. Is this all profit? Yes, with a profit of $5,333. You can privately chat with the group owner or manage it. So I post the video again, saying it shows exactly how this Amy person is trying to scam you. Is this a global mainstream currency? Wait, hold up. They've put a question mark. I've now got their attention. So for good measure, I simply post the video again. Someone says, what's the situation? And I tell them Amy is a scammer, and am immediately removed from the group. So whilst I'm now no longer able to send messages to the group, I do have access to the numbers of every participant in the group. So one by one I message these people, scammers and scammies, victims and Bitcoin bastards. I message them all, sending them a copy of a video and briefly explaining what's going on. And to my surprise, people were not very grateful about this, as I received replies such as, who the fuck are you? People claiming that they know what they're doing and that they're not stupid people. But one person did say thank you for the heads up, mate. I also got replies from some of the scammers themselves, with one person pretending not to know they were even an admin in the group, and trying to get more information out of me, before then calling me a little weird, and asking if I was sick. Which, I mean, yeah, but I don't see how that's relevant. I got some really weird messages from one of the scammers. First of all, accusing me of being a British scammer. Then asking if the war in Ukraine affected me and will Russia attack me. Then simply sending me, hi dunce. That's right, she just called me dunce. What kind of insult is that? Who calls someone that? Is it because of my big pointy hat? Is that what it is? Because you know that's what I'm sensitive about. Finally, I was messaged by a scammer who wasn't even in the group chat, but knew of my video. So clearly word of my video was spreading. They start with a simple hello, and I reply, hello. They say thanks. Thanks for what? You reply to me. I want to ask about scammer. I just saw in your video. So I say, sure, what can I help you with? Nothing. You look handsome. I'm from Myanmar. And I mean, can you really blame her? She watched the last video, she saw this face. But wait, how did she get my number? It was a lie, wasn't it? I hate when they do that. I ask, how did you find out about my video? Because in our country, many scammer. Myanmar SIM cards are very cheap, so a lot of foreigner buy this. Didn't really answer my question. I ask her, how did you get my number? She says,
I don't know.
Sure. Well, this all sounds perfectly reasonable so far. I tell her, you don't know how you got my number? Because what I think is you're one of these scammers, and you've been told to try and get information from me, and so they've given you my number to try and seduce me. I don't think that's going to work, though. I was bluffing here. It would have. She says, I don't want anything from you, and I'm not a scammer. Which is exactly what a scammer would say. I don't ask any information from you. I ask again, how did you get my number? She says, if I am scammer, why did I am saying my location?
What's going on with you? What are you talking about? You sound insane.
How did you get my number? Laughing emojis. I simply tell her to fuck off. And she says, don't rude to me. I am not rude to you. I tell her, I bet your family is disappointed in you. She then sends an emoji of a poo, a devil face, and says fuck you too, comma. I say, tell whoever you work for this didn't work and I'm going to keep alerting people to your scams. A year later. She then throws me a bit of a curveball and says, I want to request, please make video, our conversation. I say, why? Nothing. And I hope nothing from you. I'm just talking to you, nothing more. How did you get my number? Hope you understand. How did you get my number? Tell Amy if you people keep bothering me, I'll unblur her picture in the video. A lot of people in that last video explained to me that almost certainly wasn't even a picture of Amy, not that Amy is even her name, so that wasn't much of a threat. She says, thanks, but you don't trust me. I don't know her. I know it is Wired. I can't explain that. I say, Wired? I don't know them, include scammers and Amy. Yeah, then how did you get my number? Answer me or I unblur the pictures. Again, not a threat. Up to you. I can't afford. Can't afford to tell me how you got my number? I don't know. Don't ask anything. Why not? What will they do to you? Nothing. Then why shouldn't I ask where you got my number? I told her to tell your boss they can go fuck themselves. And then none of them ever messaged me again. I will say this for the scammers though, during the first few months this video was out, they were the only people who were watching this video. So maybe they did become true fans. And if you're watching this now, I dedicate this video to you scammers. You're my real fans. Also, I would just like to say to all of you, thank you so much for getting me to 500 subscribers, which is what I'm at posting this video. So if you fancy ruining that, like when you stamp on fresh fallen snow and ruin it for everyone, then feel free to subscribe, get me to 501, or maybe 1,000 if you're watching this in the future, or 2,000, or probably 1,000,000. I can only assume. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.